Greetings and salutations, friends. I am Nimithrender, and today we're carrying straight on with Whirling Waltz. We managed to solve the issue with Kukuku and his legal conundrum, but we still have to deal with this, well, how to put it really, smuggling might be one word for it. An illicit transaction involving Natlan technology. And potentially the use of a Natlanese weapon. Ancient dragon technology. So, not a minor issue, potentially. But, well, we shall see, won't we? Time to go and visit with Nuvalet and Risley, I presume. Wonder what we have over here. Ah, Remuria lore. I'll have to read that a bit later.
Huh, looks like there were quite a few others with the same idea.
Ah, hello, you two.
Have there been any developments? Okay, guess not. Well, the notice was only just posted. Guess it's pretty unlikely that someone would show up right at...
Special Patrol, open up!
Ah! Who's there? What's going on?
Speak of the devil.
The Special Patrol?
I don't think that's who this is.
Well, someone's knocking at the door.
Hey, this isn't the time for silly jokes! Let's go check it out.
Good day, all. Gramps, grannies, aunts, and uncles.
What are you doing here, Auroron? Also, not a great idea to presumptively refer to everyone in a room as Gramps or Granny.
What in the Tevat are you doing here, Auroron?
Oh, he must be the one you mentioned. Kukuku's owner?
One of his owners. Kind of.
A friend of Aoife's, you might say. Although I begin to wonder about that, considering how he's acting.
But, bro, what are you doing here?
I'm here to claim a lost item.
Can't tell if he's being deadpan or deadly serious. Hold on. Auroron, are you the one responsible for the missing... for this whole mess with the Natlan weapon?
Is this the person you saw on the boat, Mr. Kinich?
Somehow I highly doubt that.
Yeah, I can't imagine that Kanish would have seen Auroron and mistaken him for someone else. Kinda hard to miss the heterochromia. The pink and blue eye combo is a bit unique.
For starters, he just addressed us as Gramps and Grannies. And unless this is the youngest looking middle-aged man in the world, I don't think he's our guy.
I apologize for my grandson bursting in like this.
Huh. Was there something wrong with my door-knocking etiquette? That's how they do it in all the films.
Oh dear. Why? Just why are you pretending this is a movie? Also, context is everything, Auroron. When people are busting down a door at a pivotal moment to avoid tragedy from happening, then you can afford to be dramatic about it. Entering the office of the Udex Fontaine, particularly on merely civilian business, is not the time to go busting the door down, or making a ruckus either. You are very lucky that Nuvalet is highly Politic might be one word for it. Generous, another. Forgiving, yet another. And it's also damn good that you're a close friend of the Travelers, otherwise this probably would not have ended well for you.
That's not door-knocking etiquette. That's the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol doing their job! Completely different things!
Oh, I see. I figured it was just a polite way of requesting entry, to show the people inside you had something important to discuss.
Not even remotely. There is nothing polite about it whatsoever.
Oh, sorry about that. I totally goofed that one up. Give me a moment. I'll go back out and try
No
again.
need. Let's just get down to business. Kindly refrain from doing anything like that again, please.
So, Roran, you said you were here to claim a lost item. What did you lose?
Yeah, so basically...
For real now? Oh, come on, bro.
Apparently everyone's talking cuckoo today. Is arresting my dear grandson what it's come to?
Auroran, be honest now. Were you the one who lost this?
No, it belongs to a friend.
Which friend would that be? I mean, I can kind of see Shilonen having such a thing. I mean, she is a mechanic/technician and DJ, but details. Her, I could kind of see having something like this, but I don't know of very many other people who would have tech like this just lying around.
So it belongs to Aoife?
Of course not. Aoife has his own gun.
Oran, tell us the truth. Otherwise, we're going to have to arrest you for real. And no one wants that. Just imagine what your Granny Seedlolly would have to say if she found out about all this. Oh, she'd give you the earful of the century, and probably take a century, before she'd let you leave after a kerfuffle like this.
All right then. I knew this wouldn't go well. So here's what went down. This morning, Eve and I were playing rock, paper, scissors. Before long, he'd lost, as he usually does. So we figured we'd head out and visit some of the Cour de Fontaine's famous landmarks. When we got near the plaza, a man suddenly stopped us to ask for help. He said that he had lost something and that someone had found it and sent it over to the Palais Mermonia.
Oh, so our suspect approached you and sent you in his stead to collect the item. Why didn't you just open with this?
But apparently he used to work here and was worried it'd be awkward bumping into his old coworkers, so he asked us to pretend to be the owners and claim it on his behalf.
Oh, and you didn't think this strange? It didn't occur to you that this was an exceptionally weird request? Oh my. Oron being socially inept is one thing, but what about you, Aoife? Why did you not pick up on this? Or am I supposed to believe this is simply culture shock? That you simply did not know better because you thought it was simply a difference in Fontainian etiquette as opposed to Natlan etiquette? Even then, I don't buy that neither of you had any reservations about this.
You didn't manage to keep that pretense up for long.
Nope.
It's fine. I'm not the one who feels awkward anyway.
So, a former employee of the Palais Mermonia. Was this individual a Fontaine native?
Yes, at least I assume so. He looked like a well-dressed gentleman to me.
Did he tell you where to go to deliver the item to him?
We were about to refuse, but he was so polite.
Well, I'll give you credit for thinking of refusing at least. Although I have to strip that credit and give you 10 demerits for the way you went about this and for lying. Even if it was out of politeness.
Could it have been a disguise?
Oh no. Auroron, Paimon thinks you've been tricked. This person might be in cahoots with the bad guys. Oh, maybe he already took off and escaped as soon as your mission went pear-shaped.
No way. I'm not that dumb.
Huh?
He's not going anywhere. Aoife and Kakuku are keeping an eye on him over at the plaza.
Keeping an eye on him. I like the sound of that.
Nicely done, bro. I would say that, except everything else still doesn't add up in your favor, I'm afraid.
In that case, let's hurry over to where Aoife is! Time to catch that con man and find out what's really going on here!
Including when.
Wait a minute, I have a question first.
Well, my first thought was, we have to confirm that he even is a con man.
Traveler, Paimon. You're pretty famous in Natlan, right?
Oh, absolutely. They call me Tumaini down there, which literally means hope. So yeah, a bit famous.
Oh, we're basically household names. But why do you ask?
Well, it's not just it's not just us. Kenichi, Oran, and Aoife are all heroes of Natlan too.
Would that be a problem?
Remember when I said that the seller might be watching in secret?
If so, then picking Auroron to do their dirty work was a careless mistake on their part.
It suggests that the person who got Auroron to claim the item might not be fully in the know themselves. There are plenty of unanswered questions, but standing around racking our brains won't help. However, I still suggest that the famous faces among us, meaning the Traveler and Kenichi, oh, and of course, Monsieur Nivelette too, stay here for the time being.
You being the Duke of Meripede might also be considered a famous face, but then again, I suppose since you don't frequent the court of Fontaine all that often, usually sticking to the fortress, I suppose that only the criminal population would be familiar with you. So, I suppose that you are not, in fact, a famous face. A famous name, no doubt, but not a face most would recognize.
We'll empty the box, give it to Auroron, and then he can claim the item as if nothing happened. I'll follow to check if anyone is watching. I doubt anyone would recognize me anyway, so I shouldn't draw too much attention.
Being low-key has its advantages.
I think this plan is worth a try. I shall leave it to the pair of you.
So, I have to go undercover again, right?
Well, not exactly undercover. Just drop the special patrol persona and be yourself instead.
Roger that. Over and out.
Ugh. I wonder, will this be another trial run? Starting with Auroron and then pursuing as Wriothesley? Would be amusing. Another stealth section. I don't say that this game does that particularly well. It's not a Metal Gear Solid or a... But... change of pace doesn't hurt anything. Alright.
No sign of any suspicious individuals around here. Auroron has entered the elevator as planned. I'll head over to the plaza now.
Yes. This time around, not overly enthused about the trial, since I do have Wriothesley on this account.
Auroron's taking the elevator. I should take a different route to the plaza.
Alright, different route it is. Although I don't think we particularly need to swim to get there. Although a little bit won't hurt us. Of course, descending like that would have gotten rid of any pretense of subtlety. Thankfully, no one noticed. Or at least, we did it far enough away that our target didn't notice. Yep, there's Aoife. But who's that with him?
Nothing suspicious going on here either. Strange. Maybe we're overthinking this?
What?
Oh dear! Oh dear!
What the? Suddenly attacked by Kukuku.
Stop with the pecking! Stop with the pecking! Please, sir, I'm begging you, do me a favor and get this pet of yours under control!
The heck are you on about?
Sorry, but he's not my pet. He's my coworker. And I should warn you, he's not too happy with how you're talking about him.
What the? This thing has a job? So in Natland, they just dish out jobs to any old thing.
Uh-oh. Kukuku's not too big on being called a thing either. You're on your own now.
Let's also not overlook the fact that him being referred to as a thing or a flying object is quite literally a legal issue. So let's get our definitions very clear, shall we?
I'm sorry. Please, Mr. Kukuku. Master Kukuku. Lord Kukuku. I meant no offense, I promise.
All right, Kukuku. That'll do for now. Let me ask him some questions first.
Sure thing, bro.
Auroron actually looks pretty serious this time. Was he just pretending to be clueless earlier?
Oh no, he can in fact be clueless. Although, being fair, he does know how to be serious on occasion. I'm thinking of actually one of the first times we saw him, right after Mawika and Capitano's duel, when he created a smokescreen to get the captain out of danger. Not exactly child's play, that was, interfering in the battle of a Harbinger and an Archon. And, better yet, actually succeeding in getting the captain out of there. So, yeah, in fairness. I would call Auroron a space cadet on occasion. But he can pull through when it counts.
Interesting. Think I'll sit back and see how this plays out.
You actually got it? Wow, didn't think it would be that easy.
Ah, excellent. Looks like sending you was the right approach after all.
After all?
I mean, because the staff at the Palais Mermonia don't recognize you, right?
Had your doubts about Auroron, did you?
So I got it, but I don't remember promising I'd hand it over.
Huh?
This thing's pretty cool. I've taken a bit of a liking to it.
Please don't do this, my good sir, my master, my lord. My very life hangs in the balance.
His life hangs in the balance?
If this means so much to you, what are you gonna offer me in return?
Are you trying to get him to say my life?
How'd you know that?
because I watched that film with you.
Oh dear, so he's quoting a movie. I did think it was a bit out of character for Oron to be speaking like this. Well, he's always more gentle than this, so this is... Yeah, I get why Aoife didn't buy it.
You should drop the act. We don't want a real misunderstanding in our hands.
You're probably right. But honestly, I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, unfortunately, Aoife, you've actually just undercut what Oron was trying to do. He was trying to get this stranger to spill the beans and tell him what the item is and why he wants it.
Sorry, this is the most myself I can be. Is that enough?
And right.
Enough. More than enough.
Yep, and now they've drawn in Risley. Thrown in the towel.
Who's this dude?
Oh yeah, I forgot. Aoife, you've never actually been into the Palais Mermonia. So this is Risley, the Duke of the Fortress of Meropide.
Just think of me as a staff member from the Palais Mermonia. Now, if you don't mind, I have some questions for this gentleman about that life or death treasure you were just discussing. Truthful answers appreciated, of course.
Oh no, I'm toast now.
What's that supposed to mean? You don't think the Palais Mermonia has the ability to protect our citizens?
No, I mean, yes, of course they do. Please ask away.
I could do that. But I'd rather you just tell the whole story, from the beginning.
I suppose I only have myself to blame. Such a rare antique, I couldn't resist. I'm a collector of antiques. Nothing excites me more than rare, old relics, and to be completely honest, if someone's selling, I'm buying. I don't care to ask where they sourced their goods. As for the seller of this particular item, well, I've never met him in person. We've had some prior dealings, but always under the cover of coded ads in some shady tabloids. Lost and found notices, missing person ads, that sort of thing. As long as I took care to hide a time and place somewhere within the text, then slipped some mora into the envelope before submitting the ad, it would get published. And that was that. No fuss, no trace. Simple, right? Normally, everything goes off without a hitch. But this time, I arrive at the pickup spot expecting a discreet in and out, and instead, I find a whole construction crew at work. That was not what we'd agreed. But I couldn't just let it go, so I reached out to him again the same way as usual. He replied, and do you know what he said? He told me that the item's now in the Palais Mermonia.
Well, he wasn't lying about that.
He insisted that it would be inconvenient for him to make an appearance himself, but said that if I could somehow find a way to retrieve it from the Palais, he'd give me a discount on the price. Of course, it wasn't the discount that swung it. Do I look like I'm strapped for cash?
Feeling smug now, are we?
Feeling smug now, are we?
I think you're in for another pecking.
No, please go easy on me.
Go on.
Where was I? Well, anyway, I thought to myself, seeing as the item itself came from Natlan, it would make more sense if I could find someone from there to go retrieve it. And by a stroke of complete and utter coincidence, I just so happened to see these two young folks wandering around, so I'm so very sorry. I underestimated the pair of you.
I need you to clear something up for me. You haven't paid the seller yet, correct? And yet he told you to collect the item from the Palais Mermonia. Was he not worried that you just split afterwards?
Well, to be honest, though I can't claim to know him very well, he, on the other hand, seems to know my name and where I live. Besides, this is a guy who managed to get his hands on an ancient Natlanese weapon. That's probably not the kind of person I want to double-cross.
Fair. That makes sense. So, Mr.
Please, just call me Argento.
All right, Mr. Argento. Listen very carefully to what I'm about to say. It will determine how much of the rest of your life you'll be spending beneath the waves.
What does he mean? Is he gonna drown him just like they do in those gangster films?
Oh, don't worry about that, Oran. No, he'll be taking him to the fortress of Meripede. A far worse fate than a quick drowning.
Oh, I get it. He's talking about that place at the bottom of the Fontanian Sea.
Shh, can it?
Owing to your suspected involvement in the illicit trade of Natlanese relics, you're now one of the suspects in an international smuggling case. A trip to the Opera Epiclese seems unavoidable at this stage, but on the bright side, you still have one chance to make things right.
Okay. Do I really? Please tell me what to do.
It's very simple. Just reach out to your seller in the same way as usual, arrange to meet, bring the money, and make the deal. Just be sure to let me know all the details. I'm talking time, place, the whole lot. If we can catch the other party by doing this, you'll have gone some way toward redeeming yourself. Understand?
Oh, I see. I understand. You shall have my full and unadulterated cooperation.
Let's hope that our, Natlanese weapon smuggler hasn't overheard this entire conversation. Because that is a very real possibility that he might have been listening in this whole time. In which case, Mr. Argento might very well wind up dead.
Good. Don't break the law, and don't even think about making a run for it. The Palais Mermonia will be watching you and ensuring your safety. All right, take the box, but leave your ID and other documents behind. You can go now. As for you two, protocol dictates that I should take you both back to the Palais and have you sign a confidentiality agreement. But that would take a lot of time and effort.
Such a hassle, bro!
See? Mr. Kakuku knows exactly where I'm coming from. So, I was thinking, since you're all friends of the Traveler...
I understand, sir. We got dragged into this by accident, and it has diddly squat to do with us. And out of respect for the Traveler, we won't say another word.
Oh, I know this part. We better keep our mouths shut, or we'll both be sleeping with the fishes in the tailor-made pair of cement shoes. In that case, I understand completely.
Not exactly what I was going for, but if that's how you want to understand it, then be my guest. Then it's settled. Thanks for your help. Boy, am I glad that's over. That's enough work for one day. Time to head back.
Somehow Oran mistook Risley for a mafia boss. Despite the fact that he's literally law enforcement. I guess the subtleties of it eluded him. Or he was just having too much fun with his gangster references. Ay ay. Like I said, Oran's a bit of a space cadet.
Judging by your expression, it must be good news, huh?
It went smoothly, on the whole.
Risley recounts what happened. It all makes perfect sense, but somehow it feels like Risley has glossed over a lot of the bro talk.
So basically, we hold off until Argento and the other party have set up the next stage of the transaction. Then we plan our next move.
Patience will be key.
I get that. It's like hunting. I'm just not sure the other party will take the bait so easily.
Well, if he didn't need the money, or if he valued self-preservation over making a profit, he could have walked away as soon as the contraband was brought to the Palais Mermonium. On top of that, although he hasn't shown his face yet, he seems to have no followers or accomplices, and he's relying on an extremely limited set of options to push the deal along. So, if you ask me, he seems like someone who cares a lot about his image and has a somewhat high opinion of himself, but lacks any real ability. I almost get the feeling that if he misses out on this opportunity, he won't have any other way of making money. His every move is like a spin of the roulette wheel, hoping that the ball will land exactly where he wants it to. Or, I don't know. Maybe he'll cut his losses and vanish into thin air, and our efforts will have been in vain. At least Natlan will get the stolen relic back, so it won't have been for nothing.
In that case, let's hope his arrogance stays in play.
Everyone, I have just briefed the Marechaussee Phantom on the situation. As soon as there are any further developments, we will act without delay. When that time comes, we will be relying on your help.
Leave it to us.
We'll be waiting for the good news.
Act 2 is now concluded. The price of every price. Until the day after tomorrow, huh? Well, a little early, but I do believe I'll be ending the video shortly.
On the topic of kidnapping cases... How exactly do we define the subject of a kidnapping? According to the regulations, I mean. Aside from humans, do pets count? What about sentient, non-human beings? Of course, melazines go without saying, but what about a being like a cuckoo?
I am surprised that you are unfamiliar with the legal provisions on this matter.
If I knew all the laws like the back of my hand, I wouldn't have ended up in the fortress of Meripede, would I?
Considering your backstory... No, you would have ended up there anyway. Murder is a very well-known crime, after all.
That is no laughing matter, Wriothesley.
Indeed not. So, we will advance 2 days. Until the day after. We'll see if this is far enough. So we'll hear Paimon's word, and end on that note. And we'll, hopefully, cover all of Act 3 in the next episode. Though, of course, that will depend entirely upon how long Act 3 turns out to be.
Nuvalet sent someone to contact us this morning! That must mean there's been some progress! No time to waste! Let's head out!
Nice and enthusiastic, Paimon, but we shall have to wait a little while yet. So, if you've enjoyed this, please remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Do check out my Elden Ring Let's Play, as well as my playthrough of the Genshin Impact main story. I post Monday through Friday, so do remember to hit the bell to keep up with notifications. And, as always, have a good day.